For some time now, I've been using the Turtle Beach Elite Pro 2 gaming headset, really happily with my Xbox One, as backed up by my review, which is linked in the description and pinned comment. The only downside that I have with the headset is that minor echo is present in party chat, but to be honest, this is just due to the volume that I have the headset at. I have it really loud. I could turn it down to eliminate the echo, but then the game volume just isn't quite what I want. After such a long time using the headset, I just thought maybe it's time to try something different. For a while, I liked the idea of having a wireless headset, but I didn't do it due to the way that I was recording voice chat with my gameplay. I have since changed the way that I do that though, which gives me some freedom, and a wireless headset is actually now a viable option. With that in mind, I set myself on a journey to find a new headset to try it out. I looked for a little while and landed on the Razer website. When I got here, I had two clear choices, the Razer Thresher Ultimate and the Razer Nari Ultimate. I liked the idea of haptic vibration in a headset, but after poking around on the internet for a bit, I just decided that the Thresher Ultimate was the one that I wanted to try. I didn't like the price on the Razer website, it was £250, but I found it on Amazon for £199. Sorry Razer, but if I can find it cheaper, then I'm going to buy it cheaper. I've added Amazon affiliate links to the headset in the description and pinned comment. By clicking these links and buying the headset or anything else during your browsing session on Amazon, you not only get yourself something that you want, but you support the TootXB channel. I clicked the button to buy and 2 days later the headset arrived. It was very exciting. This video is to tell you guys my thoughts on this headset after using it for a little while. As always, I'm breaking this down into several categories. The categories that I'm going to use are features and specs, design, audio quality, comfort, price, and a summary, which is where I will get to the top 5 reasons for returning this headset for a refund. Is the Thresher Ultimate worth the asking price? Click that subscribe button and get your notifications, then let's find out in the rest of the video. Bear in mind that I'm reviewing the Xbox PC version. If you are interested in the PS4 version of the headset, then just simply replace the word green with blue when I'm talking about lighting or color schemes. This headset will also work on a Mac, but you can't use it with your mobile phone. It's an expensive gaming headset, so it features quite a few, features. On screen now you can see all of the key points from the Razer spec list, but I'll talk through the highlights. Lossless, lag-free wireless audio. The Razer Thresher Ultimate is wireless, which is one of the main reasons for me selecting it. Razer claims it to be lossless and lag-free. This maintains audio when turning your head or walking around wearing the headset up to a distance of 40 feet or 12 meters. 7.1 Dolby surround sound. The headset uses 7.1 surround sound on PC and console to help you hear enemy footsteps from any angle or make it feel like you are sitting in the middle of the action while you're watching a movie. Retractable boom mic. Rather than a detachable microphone, the Razer Thresher Ultimate features a retractable boom mic that slides in and out of the ear cup. Playing solo? Then just leave the microphone tucked away. Switching to multiplayer or co-op, just simply pull the microphone out. The mic will still work when retracted, but the sound quality is likely to not be as good. On-headset controls. You can adjust overall volume, game and voice balance, microphone mute and game mute from the headset itself. With a recent firmware update, you can also activate mic monitoring by pressing the game voice balance control dial. Being a wireless headset, all of the controls are on the ear cups as there is no headset cable to hold inline controls. Up to 16 hours battery life on a single charge. I haven't tested this myself, but Razer claims that 16 hours of use on a single charge of the internal battery is possible. Charge the headset by plugging in the provided USB cable. The cable can be connected to the audio hub or Xbox itself in order to charge it up, but I've been connecting it to an iPad charging plug and I've not experienced any issues here. Leatherette and memory foam ear cushions and headband. The leather ear cushions are designed to make this headset comfortable despite its weightiness, and it is weighty. They feature a recess in them to make them comfortable even for people who wear specs. Inside the leather fusion is memory foam which will mold to your head as you wear them, so they adapt to you rather than your head fighting them for comfort. Audio hub. The audio hub is essential for the headset to operate. Without it connected to your console or PC, you will just get no audio. Connect to the Xbox via optical audio with USB for power, or connect to the PC just using the USB connection for audio. The hub includes a button to activate Dolby sound. Razer love a bit of design. It's something that they put a lot of time into for any of their products, I would say. The Thresher Ultimate is actually a pretty nice design, and I really like the look of this headset. The wireless hub that the headset connects to is a cute little minimal box with a Dolby button, a simple power button, and a green light strip running along the bottom of it. The green light strip is kind of irrelevant though, as the power button lights up green anyway, so you know when it's on. Although it looks good, the light strip just throws a load of unnecessary light out into the room. This is fine, but it does mean that I can't leave it powered on at all times, as my Xbox is in the living room, and it would be distracting when watching TV, and it would also be confusing to my little hamster when the lights are off at night. To go with the audio hub, you get a headset stand. The hub nestles into the base of the stand, creating a convenient storage and charging solution for your Razer Thresher Ultimate. To be honest, I was a little disappointed in this area. For some reason, I thought you would just sit the headset on the stand and it would somehow charge up. The pictures on the site certainly showed no cables. That is not the case though. The stand is actually just a piece of plastic that you put the headset on, not a smart docking station like the Astro A50 headset. You can plug a USB cable into the back of the hub, which then connects to the headset to charge it. It's a bit messy and less elegant than I wanted. The Razer site certainly does not show how messy this is in real life, and it makes a statement that certainly suggests it's more elegant than it is. Moving on to the headset itself, there isn't much to grumble about here in terms of design. The leatherette memory foam headband is not manually adjustable as such, but it does flex and automatically fit onto the head of the wearer, so you don't have to worry about constantly adjusting it. I'll talk more about this in the comfort category though. As well as the flexible leatherette headband, there is the standard stainless steel style fixed headband, which is really nice and has the Razer branding on the top of it. The ear cups are circular, they have the Razer logo on the cups, and these light up a pleasing green colour when switched on. You cannot have these logos change colour though, so if you don't like green, then that's unfortunate. The padding is, again, leatherette with memory foam inside for comfort. They include a recess for people who wear specs to make them more comfortable, which you don't actually notice when you're just looking at them. The cups swivel 90 degrees so that you can lay them flat. I would argue that they swivel a little too easily. When you take them out of the box, they just spin around, which makes them feel a little bit vulnerable and cheap. Where the cups attach to the band, the Razer name is emblazoned quite nicely across the hinge. The microphone retracts into the headset. To use it, simply pull it out and flex the microphone into the right position for your shape of head. If you don't need the microphone, then simply push it back into the ear cup. The boom is made of what feels like a pretty standard plastic and is nothing special, but it doesn't need to be. The green flashes of the Razer logo and the edge between the housing and ear cups themselves give a nice contrast. On the bottom of the right cup, you can find a volume control dial. Pressing the dial, use the headset. On the bottom of the left cup, you have a similar dial that adjusts the balance of game volume versus voice chat volume. By pressing this dial, the microphone mutes and the tip of the microphone lights up red, which is really nice. It allows you to see out of the corner of your eye if it's active or not. Also on the bottom of the left cup, we find the power button and the USB port for charging the headset. Plugging this in via USB does not make it wired, it will still run from the battery. Overall, I think this is actually one of the nicest headsets to look at, and it's one of the major point scorers for the Razer Thresher Ultimate. The audio quality on the Thresher Ultimate is actually pretty tasty when you're in a game. I tried some different styles to see how versatile it is. All tests that I'm going to show you now are based on maximum volume without any party chat at the same time, and with Dolby switched off. Rainbow Six Siege. I can hear footsteps pretty clearly when standing still and not much else is going on. If I move around and fire my weapon, this becomes harder, but then that is expected, there's a lot going on. The sound has a decent amount of bass, and the headset certainly does not seem to be weighted for mid-range boost. There is an all-round decent audio mix in the mid to lower range frequencies on this game. The high-end frequencies are there, but the headset does not sound too tinny. I don't know if they are slightly reduced, but the high-end frequencies certainly don't stand out. Overall, the headset gives good awareness of where other players are and what they're doing. Ori and the Blind Forest. The music in the game sounds great, but we all know that already. The effects of moving around are clear, and there is a pleasing mix of frequencies with a satisfying boom in the bottom end. Again, like Siege, there isn't an overdose of top-end frequencies, but the sound does remain bright and engaging, really bringing you into the world. This game is an absolute treat visually, and with this headset on, you are completely immersed. Outer Worlds. Again, the headset performs well here with the direction of sound being clear. Character interaction voice audio is clear and easy to follow with plenty of atmosphere depending on the location. Gunfights are satisfying with the right sort of weight behind the shots fired. For all of the games I tested, the headset goes suitably loud. For some, I actually had to turn the volume down a touch just because it was a little too loud. Music. For music, I plugged into my Mac and fired up the John Wick soundtrack. The audio is loud and chunky with plenty of top end. There is certainly a lot of detail to be heard through this headset. Unlike the games, there are plenty of high frequencies on show here with hi-hats, etc., which lets me know that the lack of highs in the games are not due to the headset limitations, but are more down to the games themselves, which I guess makes sense. Bass is chunky and throbbing, but again, a great audio mix is on display. Enabling the Dolby makes it all a bit of a mess though, and uncomfortable to listen to. Probably not one for music, just use Dolby on games that support Dolby and where 7.1 surround sound makes sense. For a bit of variety, I then loaded up the Kick-Ass soundtrack too. The stereo separation of the headset is really clear here with a well-defined split of sound coming from the left and right. This soundtrack is more weighted towards mid-range, but bass is still there. I didn't enjoy this as much as listening to John Wick. Electronic dance music seems to be a stronger genre for the Thresher Ultimate. We must remember though that I am using MP3 audio and applying no EQ or any post-processing on the computer, so the sounds are raw. I'm pretty confident that when it comes to playing a video game or listening to music, this is a headset that should not disappoint when it comes down to pure audio quality and listening, which is, of course, one of the main things you buy a headset for. The microphone on the Razer Thresher Ultimate is the biggest disappointment for me. I'm now using it to record this voiceover directly to my Mac with no treatment. Although the sound is untreated and you are hearing it exactly as recorded, I don't know how this sounds on Xbox. All I have to go on is by what people tell me. General feedback from the people that I play with is that the headset sounds like a much lower quality than the one that comes with my Turtle Beach Elite Pro 2 or any other headset that I've used in game with them. I'm told it lacks bass, quality, and it just doesn't sound like me. The plus being though that there is zero echo when I use this microphone. Now that's enough voiceover with the Thresher, let's go back to my other headset. Herein lies the question. Does the Turtle Beach actually colour my voice so that people think I sound different? When you watch my videos, the voiceovers are usually recorded using the Turtle Beaches, plus I add some compression to boost the sound quality. Based on a quote from Razer, it might actually be that the Thresher microphone is a great representation of my voice. Either way, people don't like the way that I sound with this headset. In addition, reports are that people can hear more of what is going on around me, such as Mrs. Toot talking in the background, or me just doing stuff while wearing the headset. This goes against another quote from Razer on the microphone design. On top of this, the Razer Thresher shipped without mic monitoring. There has since been a firmware update that adds mic monitoring, but there is no way to adjust the volume of it. It's either on or off. When it's on, if there is no other sound, then you can notice it when you talk. Once there is game audio though, it just may as well not be there. It's just way too quiet to be of any use. I have used this headset for several hours at a time, and I have to say that they are pretty damn comfortable. Even when wearing specs, I have felt no discomfort with these 408 gram beasts sitting on my noggin. As mentioned earlier in the video, the Razer Thresher Ultimate uses leatherette and memory foam in the headband and ear pads, and you can really feel the benefit. The headset does not clamp to your head like some do and try to force your head to be a certain shape. Thanks to the freely rotating ear cups and the flexible headband, it finds the right spot on your head without much effort, and it won't move. The cups can then be swiveled on the ears slightly to find the right comfort spot for you, and they will just stay where you put them. There really isn't much to say here. It's comfortable, and this is a big positive. This headset is expensive, no doubt about it. When you read all of the information on the Razer website, if you believe it all, it makes sense as to why it costs so much, and it makes it seem like it will be an amazing headset. In my opinion though, it's not quite worth the asking price. Certainly not the price asked for on the Razer website anyway. Don't get me wrong, there will be loads of you out there that will have this headset and think it's totally worth it. Most reviews I've seen buying this headset think it's awesome. I just think that there are better headsets out there for the money, certainly for me. So this is a tough one. I spent a lot of money on this and I really want to like it, but there is a lot that has really put me off it. So much so in fact that I have returned the headset for a full refund. But you knew that already. However, I must be clear about why I returned it for a refund, as the reasons are actually quite personal to me and may be completely irrelevant to you. So let's list those reasons out. Number 1, microphone. The mic monitoring on this headset is basically non-existent. Yes, they have added mic monitoring via a firmware update, but it's not noticeable and it can't be adjusted. I don't want to really hear myself, but talking while wearing a headset with no mic monitoring is just such a depressing experience for me. I have no idea how loud I am talking. Mrs. Toot will complain that I'm too loud and shouting, but I still constantly feel like I'm not being heard. It seems like a small thing, and if you've never had mic monitoring, you probably would be fine. Once you've experienced it though, it is difficult to turn back. If this was my only issue with the headset, then I'd probably stick with it to be honest, but this is just one of a few reasons. Number 2, microphone again. Like I say, my reasons for returning this headset are personal to me, and this is one that won't necessarily affect you. I try to be considerate of others, and I care about their experience when I play with them. I just don't feel comfortable playing with people thinking that my input to their gaming experience is negative and somehow harming their communication with me. As I play a lot of Siege, communication is absolutely vital. If you play solo player only, then just forget reasons 1 and 2, as they probably are irrelevant to you. Volume. With party voice balance turned all the way to game with no voice chat volume, you can get a decently loud sound out of this headset, sometimes enough that you actually want to turn it down. Again, if I was solo playing only, I probably wouldn't have an issue here. As playing with friends is important to me though, I have to compromise on game volume in order to hear them. Setting game and voice chat so that you can actually hear the people talking to you turns down the game volume, it doesn't leave it where it is. It turns it down to a level that is just far too low. Using this headset, I've just found that there is so much that I feel I don't hear due to the volume that every fail makes me dislike the headset. Sure, a lot of the time it's just me not being good, but on many occasions I just don't hear something because the volume is too low and the people talking overpowers that volume even more. Convenience. I thought that by buying a wireless headset, I would just hang it on a stand when I'm not using it, then take it off the stand, put it on my head and play. However, it hasn't really worked out that way. I have to connect the audio hub to my Xbox using 2 cables. The hub has to go next to the Xbox so that I don't have cables trailing everywhere. Whether you put the headset on the stand or not, you have to plug the headset in to charge it using mini USB. I realise this is a first world problem, but it's not exactly a convenient gaming experience. I know the key thing is not tethering your head to something with a cable, but the ritual of getting started and shutting down is just more messy to me than just having a cable connected while I sit in a chair and play a game. Controls. A really small point this one, but it proved to be constantly irritating. The volume controls in the headset are free turning. By this I mean that you can turn the dial forever. There is no 0 to 10 and then you can't turn it anymore. By looking at the dials there is no way to know what they are set as. The only way you know you have reached a limit is by a small audio cue when you reach that limit. Many times I've tried to use the headset to find that I can't hear anyone, and that's because I've accidentally turned the chat balance down whilst enabling mic monitoring, for example. In addition, each turn of the wheel does not really feel like it adjusts anything by 1 notch. Now, don't get me wrong, I want to throw in some positives here because there really are some positives. Firstly, when playing without talking to people, the headset can be plenty loud enough, and a couple of times in testing I wanted to turn it down. The sound output is nice and clear for the most part when you can actually hear it. Secondly, being able to mute the game or your mic by just quickly pressing a wheel on an ear cup is super useful and quick once you get used to the button positioning. Thirdly on the list, wireless is obviously a huge plus. Being able to walk to the kitchen between rounds of Siege without taking the headset off or having to carry the controller with you is great. Number 4 here, it's a fantastic looking headset in my opinion. And finally, the 5th point is that it's really comfortable to wear for long periods of time. As I said, my negative points will not be relevant to everyone. This is enough for me to reject this headset though. There are just too many compromises for a headset that Razer charged so much money for. My gaming mood has dropped immensely since I got this headset and I just want to try something else. I'm sorry Razer, this one just isn't for me as a multiplayer gamer. Allow me to have full volume and voice chat at the same time. Add in mic monitoring that you can hear. According to my friends, improve the mic quality, and finally make charging the headset wire free, and I think this would become my gaming headset of choice. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it and that it's been helpful to you. If you're still here, I can only assume that you have enjoyed it, in which case make sure you hit the like button, share with your friends, and also subscribe to the channel and get your notifications to make sure that you don't miss out on any future content. If you have one of these headsets, then please be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments and share your experience with it. If you're thinking of getting one of these headsets, then have I helped your decision in any way, whatever that decision may be? Whatever the case, I hope you end up getting a headset that works for you.